What's up, guys? I'm back. Do some rankings, do some picks. I will not be here next week. Dante's gonna fill in again. I'm gonna be on vacation. I'll be out of the country, but I will be still setting my lineup aggressively, looking for my sixth win at that point. So let's jump into some rankings real quick and kind of dive into what's happening in the league. Dante went 1 to 10 last week. I'm gonna go ahead and do 10 to 1, the traditional, so we can build up the suspense, because there is no suspense with number 10. None. Team Whoppers. Now listen, this is the problem with James' team. He waited too long to deal Christian McCaffrey. His team was built around Patrick Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey putting up godly numbers, okay? And once he lost him, he had to make a deal, and he had to sell with him being out for 4 to 6 weeks for, honestly, 70 cents on the dollar at that point, because only a few teams can take the hit. Only some well-built teams can take the hit of having him on the bench for that long. So sometimes we let pride get in the way, or like, I don't want to help this guy out, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't want to trade him away. It sucks. I can withstand the storm. You got to kind of put that aside. And if it's like a 3-week injury type deal, maybe you can, survive it. But you got to move fast, otherwise you're in a hole that you can't dig yourself out of, and that's the situation James is in. 2 weeks ago, he made the move. He needed to win those 2 games. Didn't happen. So you're 1-6 now. Could have been a different story. Could have been in the hunt. Because honestly, you're trying to get to the dance. You're trying to get to the show. I've been in leagues where a 6-7 team won the championship. I think we've had some 7-6 teams win the championship here. Maybe I was even one of them. The point is, once you get there, you can get lucky and win, like the Eagles did in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Shouldn't have ever won it, but they did. Okay, that's number 10. Number 9, make it rain. The team's going down in flames, to be perfectly blunt. 3 and 4, not the end of the world whatsoever, but you just lost Odell Beckham. Amari Cooper's production is going to continue to go down. I just don't see a lot on this roster to be excited about. Maybe you even get a win this week because of your matchup, because it's there's not a lot to be excited about. You've hung on with Wentz being your QB. I think there were mistakes there. He's played better the last couple of weeks. But maybe you could have gotten some value for some other. Maybe you could have traded Odell Beckham Jr. I offered you a trade with Odell Beckham Jr. a couple of weeks ago, and you turned it down. That was a mistake. Tyler Lockett was in that deal. Woo! Okay, that's number 9. Number 8, King Papaloo. This is a not quite as dire situation as Renee's team, but Chris Godwin has been banged up. He's out next week. Missed Aaron Jones was out last week. Chris Carson is most likely out this week. You got a banged up team, so you're trending in the wrong direction. Emmanuel Sanders is out, as well. So and then you got a ton of buys. You got way too many Houston players on your team. That's not a team you should have that much stock in. So definitely trending in the wrong direction. So I got you at number 8, King Papaloo. All right, number 7. Now listen, so we're getting this into most likely, we're getting into playoff teams now. Okay, even when I talk about 7, because anything can happen with half of these next teams whether or not to make the playoffs. There are some teams that are guaranteed spots in the playoffs. Really, there's three. There's three teams that are guaranteed spots in the playoffs. That's it. All right? The four of you are fighting for 3 spots. Team Insanity coming at number 7 is one of them. Okay? 4 and 3. All right? Definitely getting the most out of his team. Maybe turning that whole kiss of death thing around. Josh Allen, man, he is killing it for you since you acquired him. The guy has been lighting it up. All right. Let's just take a look here. Good Lord. So let's see, 22, 20, 21 since. So that's 60. That's 61, 63 points. The 2 weeks prior to that, he had scored over 70 just in 2 weeks. So I'm being facetious. Obviously, he is not crushing it. He could even be dropped at this point. He's number 3 ranked QB because of what he did the first 4 weeks. I don't even know. He's got a brutal schedule. Yeah, anyway. Dalvin Cook coming back this week. Got to give you a punch. There. Need it. You need Galladay to have a big game. He's been playing really well. Calvin Ridley's been playing really well. Beasley, surprisingly, has been playing well. So, that's where you're at right now at number 7. I'll tell you, actually, the player I missed talking about is Swift. If that guy can continue this trend he's on, you might make something happen, make the playoffs. All right, number 6. Martin scores easy. Okay. All right. So there's some stuff here I'm not liking about your team. Fournette, he had 17 points last week, big whoop. But there are so many weapons on that team. He is the least valuable weapon, I guess you would say, on the team. Ezekiel Elliott, man, I don't even know. I have him in a league, and I'm aggressively trying to trade him, and I can't get anyone to bite, okay? It's not good. Joe Mixon's banged up, probably not playing again this week. Claypool has cooled off, so you're sitting at number 6. I don't know. You got a matchup this week. You kind of need to win because you have no easy games going forward, meaning your team is not built so that it can just win any game. Do you understand what I'm saying? You were doing really well a few weeks ago, but your team has peaked. It's peaked. It's number 6. Number 5, your worst nightmare. All right. So Mike Davis, subpar week last week. CMC's coming back soon, so you're going to see him fall off a fucking cliff. Okay, a fucking cliff like Thelma and Louise. Okay, what is AJ Green doing in your lineup? What's he doing there with Tyler Boyd? This is not the Seattle Seahawks wide receivers that you can start both of them. Get him out of there. Just slap him and get him out of there. You got it. Juju, despite having, a decent game last week, has really kind of been a little bit of an afterthought this season. When you think about what Claypool and Deontay Johnson did, last week, he hasn't had a big breakout game, I don't think. Not loving what I'm seeing from Juju, okay? Juju getting a little Jude. Is that too much? Okay, I don't know. So anyway, DeAndre Hopkins, beast, but he's out this week. So you got to stop the bleeding. You won last week, but you're playing Renee. I am worried about your team, all right? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You got 2 solid QBs there. Tom Brady is going to be your better QB moving forward. You might want to move Aaron Rodgers. Just throwing it out there. Trade deadline's coming up. I'm not trying to get him. I'm happy with my team. I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying you might want to move him. All right. Let's get into some real shit here. Coming in at number 4 with a losing record. Back-to-back. Man, you got to put your hands not quite together. Golf clap for Craig. Lost Saquon Barkley. I thought his season was over. But this is a two-time champion. That is half of the champions that the guy with the most championship has. This is tied for second place in championships in our league. Okay? And quite honestly, if we're looking at it all together, because if you're thinking about Martin, he won his championship decades ago. I don't even remember. I had a lot more fucking hair. Okay, last time Martin won a championship. So Craig's really cemented himself as the second best owner in this league at the moment. Okay, I know Dante wants to have something to say about that. Maybe he will after this year. But that's where we're at. He has done a marvelous job getting guys like Myles Gaskin, DJ Moore playing well. He, got Kelsey for me in a trade. I think that trade worked out for both of us. I'm loving Gurley and Waller on my team. Kyler Murray, absolute beast. This team is not a lock to make the playoffs because he's 3-4, so his margin of error is smaller. But I like his chances very, very much. Not a team I would want to play. Coming in at number 3. Taking a little tumble from the top of her throne. Binkies, Kittles, and Bits. Okay, so we're dropping you from 1 all the way to 3. You're 5-2. You got the best record. You do not have the most points scored anymore. We'll talk about that person in a little bit. But so we've taken the tumble last week. Only put up a very, very modest 127 points. So Kareem Hunt, all right. How much longer is he top dog? When does Nick Chubb come back? That's a factor. Okay. Le'Veon Bell did not do shit last week. First game, not that big a deal. But Stephanie, you could have won last week. You had a trade on the table. Tyler Lockett for Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Parker. I wanted to get Bell in case CEH and him fought it out. I wanted to make sure I had the best KC back. Devontae Parker was, something I could plug in as a wide receiver on bye weeks. You said no. Now, Tyler Lockett in our game last week, 56 points. You reverse that, you win. You take those 56 away from me, and you give them to you. You win last week. You're still number 1. You're rocking it. All right? Bad decision. All right. Remember, what was it? Rounders. He's like, you must have been kicking yourself. Bad judgment. Wish I could show the video. I just don't have time to do that. But anyway, you're number 3. You are locked to make the playoffs. Your team is a monster. I could be eating crow when you beat me in the playoffs potentially. But that's the situation we're in right now. Number 2. It is Murder Boner. All right, he's got himself to 4-3. Russell Wilson just barbecuing every fucking week. Then he throw in 3 interceptions, still score 40 points. Think about that. You can throw 3 interceptions and still score 40 points. Cooking a lot. All right, Melvin Gordon. So week last week. He's had a kind of turbulent last couple weeks period. Drake's out. But here's the thing, though. He's 4-3. Even if he lost this week, he's got guys like Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, and Eckler coming back. All right? So this is an extremely formidable team that you do not want to see in the playoffs. I guarantee it. So I don't want to see him in the playoffs. He's number 2. He's done a second best GM of the year thus far. Yeah, definitely awesome job. Brings us to our number 1 team. Now, so I did 9 teams. There's 1 team left. Who am I forgetting? It's my team. It's my team. I'm number 1. Now, I know you're all ready to throw your fucking phone, your fucking computer out the window because you know it's true. You can't even argue with it. Okay? 4-3 now. I have the most points scored. My team is built to withstand injury now. I'm top to bottom, just a monster. And if Antonio Brown comes back and is what he could be with Mr. Brady, forget about it. Forget about it. It's over. It's over. I mean, it's over. I got Joe Burrow putting up 45 points last week. I got Tannehill on the bench, I mean, Christian McCaffrey might even suit up tomorrow. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll play him. I'll play him. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, my running back core is CEH, Todd Gurley, Christian McCaffrey, and David Montgomery. All right? I mean, that's just you can't fuck with it. Wide receivers, Julio Jones, Tyler Lockett, Metcalf. CeeDee Lamb's his production's gonna go down as well this year significantly. But then I got Antonio Brown. Corey Davis is playing well since he came back his first week. Loving it. I took a flyer on Tua. What if Tua does well? Good God. Darren Waller backed up by Noah Fant. Now I got the Niners D playing well. Come on. Come on, guys. How'd y'all let me do this? All right, let's do some matchups. First matchup is Team Whoppers. It's back-to-back. We're going to go with back-to-back here. Martin Scorsese against your worst nightmare. This is possibly, no, it's not the game of the week, but it is a co-game of the week. This is a tight game. Okay, I made my decision. Worst nightmare, you're getting the win. Mark it. You're going to continue to tumble on down the hill. Make it rain in King Papaloo. This is a game of the week if you want to see, like, the Bills and Rams play. It's like, yeah, they're okay. They're okay. They're good. They'll win some games. Are they going to win it all? No. Yeah, I'm going to go with King Papaloo here. All right. And then we got Team Insanity against My Time. I changed it from Miles' time to My Time because I traded away Miles Sanders. So it doesn't make as much sense. So, and it is my time. Yeah, I'm gonna win this game. Okay, calling my shot, winning. And our game of the week we got. So this is a murderous schedule for Stephanie playing me, then having to play Dante. But she doesn't have Dante at full strength. This is not the team that you will have to see in the playoffs. And I think Dante knows that. And I think Dante's okay with a loss here if he loses. One thing to mention also is that San Francisco is running out of running backs, and Jarrett McKinnon's finally going to get the fucking ball. I have him in another league. I'm really irritated about what happened last week. I mean, that's what Wilson gets, quite honestly, for hogging all those carries. Fuck them. Binkies, Kittles, and Bits is going to win this game. All right. So those are my picks. Now I'm going to impart a bit of news for everybody. Next year is going to be our 15th year, okay? And I am going to officially bring on Dante as co-commissioner next year, and it will be my last year with the commissioner title. So next year it's going to be a co-commissioner with myself and Dante, and then the following year, our 16th year, Dante is going to be our new commissioner. So if you're watching, grab some champagne, grab a drink, put your hands together. Let's all welcome Dante into the commissioner fold starting next year, and then full-time the following year. So I've enjoyed my run, okay? 15 years. I've gone through three presidents. Okay? I was in there for Bush. I was in there for 8 years of Obama. I've been there for 3 years of Trump. I think it's time. Okay? So that's where we're at, guys. Love you guys. And I hope this video wasn't too long. I hope it was fun for everybody. I enjoyed making it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.